for the brutal attack on Vicki Fowler, fans thought his storyline might fade out. But the moment he stepped back on screen, it became clear that nothing was over. In fact, everything was about to get far more chaotic. Vicki had barely started to rebuild herself when she learned the news that flipped her world upside down. Joel wasn't planning to admit anything. He wanted to plead not guilty. Hearing that sent her straight back into panic mode, and the fear she'd been trying to push down came roaring back. People close to her noticed the change immediately, and whispers started spreading that her emotional state was slipping faster than anyone realized. Things spiraled even further the night she crossed paths with Damon. What started as a harmless night out turned into something that left Vicki frozen with fear. Damon crossed a line, and the situation shifted from uncomfortable to dangerous in seconds. Zack jumped in at the perfect moment, pulling Vicki out of the mess and grounding her when she looked ready to collapse. The two shared a charged, unexpected kiss, a moment neither of them planned, yet couldn't avoid. And just their luck, Kathy walked in right as it happened, making everything a whole lot more complicated. Before Vicki even had time to process what she'd done, Ross showed up at her door. Whatever mistakes he'd made in the past, he looked determined to fix at least one thing: Joel. He promised he'd talk sense into him and make sure Vicki didn't have to relive the entire nightmare in a courtroom. She didn't believe it for a second, but Ross wasn't letting go, and whether it was guilt or desperation pushing him, he marched straight into that prison determined to get through to his son. The moment Ross saw Joel's black eye, he knew something was off. At first, Joel acted like the same kid Ross always defended, calm, collected, and convinced the world owed him something. But the second Ross brought up the idea of pleading guilty, everything snapped. Joel's reaction was cold and twisted, twisting the blame back onto Vicki and spewing the same warped logic that got him locked up in the first place. Ross left that cell furious, sickened, and more helpless than ever. When he got back to Walford, Vicki was already shutting him out. She didn't want comfort, explanations, or apologies. She wanted distance, and Ross realized he might have broken their relationship beyond repair. But instead of stepping back, he turned to Harvey and revealed he had one more plan, something big, something he believed might protect Vicki from ever facing Joel again. No one knows exactly what Ross is about to do. Some fans are whispering that he might dig into Joel's past and try to expose something new. Others think he'll go back to confront Joel again, this time without holding anything back. And a few viewers believe Ross might aim his big gesture at someone completely unexpected, pulling another character into a storyline that's already boiling over. What is clear is that Joel's return has shaken Walford from top to bottom. Vicki's fear, Zack's guilt, Ross's desperation, they're all tangled together now, tightening by the day. And with new rumors suggesting a major turning point coming soon, it feels like the entire situation is heading toward an explosion no one can avoid. Whatever Ross is planning, it's going to change everything. The real question isn't whether his gesture will work. It's whether he'll go too far trying to fix something that may already be broken beyond repair.